Hello guys, back today with another video. It's a little bit of a later upload, but that's just because I've been kind of in a rough position with twos lately, and it's just, it's hard. I'm trying to get back up to where I was, because I did drop a good amount of MMR. Solo queue is hard. Some of that I did on stream, others not. I'll get that back some other time, but today's video is about some mechanics to get you out of lower ranks. And by lower ranks, I'm talking about anyone below the rank of Champ 1. So diamonds, plats, golds, silvers, and bronzes. I'm not going to go through 20 different mechanics in this video. I'm mainly going to focus on 3. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video if everything goes according to plan. And yeah. The 3 mechanics I'm going to be covering are half flips, speed flips, and booming the ball. Now, booming the ball isn't exactly a mechanic, but it is a part of your gameplay that you should be able to perform at a very consistent level, because if you can't, it's going to be very difficult. Anyway, let's go into some free play and let's explore these. Let me pull up my controller overlay. I was doing a Minecraft stream earlier. I think I might do that after this. But first off, let's go with a half flip. So now, first you need to get one specific type of flip kind of down. Or, mastered would be a little bit of a weird way of putting it, but you need to learn this type of flip. It's called a flip cancel. Essentially where you're flipping forward or backwards or side to side and you are moving the other way immediately. Kind of cancels the flip, makes it shorter instead of a normal flip. Yeah, but that's really the first thing you need to know. What we're going to be doing with a half flip is we're going to be back flipping and canceling the flip by moving joystick forward directly after moving it backwards. So we're moving it backwards, we're flipping, that's the first step. Then we're canceling that flip by moving it directly up. Do it one more time. Like that. Now, I didn't do air roll. I don't know why it flipped my car over. But, yeah, I think it has to do with the diagonal air roll. Yeah. Or not diagonal air roll, diagonal flip. But yeah, you should, like, land upside down. You're doing it perfectly up and down. Next step is literally just simply air roll. For that, I recommend binding one of your directional air rolls. You go to view bindings, and you go down to air roll right and left. Choose one or both, like I have, and bind it. I traditionally use air roll left because it's a little bit more accessible for me. So I would just backflip, cancel, air roll left. Air roll left is my left bumper. So backflip, cancel, air roll left. I'm landing. And another thing, my air roll button is also the same as my power slide button. If you look at my bindings video, or just where I'm showing you, power slide is also LB. If you're power sliding after you've half flipped, you're gonna land a lot smoother. Of course, I time my power slide, so it's just when I land a little bit scuffed, but you get the point. But yeah, that's how you half flip. It's a really good mechanic for recovering them backwards. Or just playing around with it with your car control. The process of learning the mechanic gives you a little bit of good car control. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Alright. Now, the second thing I believe I said was a speed flip. Speed flip is going to be really useful on kickoffs. It's going to help you get to the ball a lot quicker, and it really works on similar properties of the half flip. So when you're speed flipping, you have to know how to diagonal flip cancel. That's literally all it is. So that thing, when I was telling you about back flipping and canceling it, you're basically doing that but diagonally. So forward flipping, and then you're canceling it diagonally. So if you see, so I'm moving my joystick to the left right there, and then I'm pulling it back to the bottom right. That's kind of creating this motion. You kind of have to play around with it. what I'd use is kind of a shortcut. It's kind of like a weaker version of the speed flip. It's just a lot more comfortable for me. I'll actually forward flip like that, and I'll hold my arrow left, which will diagonal flip me. See? You can see that I'm holding my arrow left, and I'm only pushing forward and then jumping. It's diagonal flipping me. So then all I have to do is go to the corner again. So like that. I'm kind of holding it back. What's it called? So that I can keep my car level. So when you're learning this, at first you're going to be doing a lot of those just like this, but then you'll kind of play around with it. That's what you kind of need to do, and you'll figure out some muscle memory, and you'll kind of get to that point. You kind of have to move your stick around a lot at first, kind of just playing around with it to find the exact point. But that's really the basics of it. That's kind of how you speed flip. You can do it from any point. I'll go into the kickoff real quick, so then just so you have an idea of what the kickoff looks like. I'm pretty sure I have Aka's mod infinite boost on. I'll try and turn that off. Alright, there's my limited boost. Well, I'll probably cut to that. But yeah, alright, so let's start here. The center kickoff, you don't really need to time it that well. I usually like to jump around the first boost pad for the center kickoff over here. Just his first boost pad gets that. And I just drive into the ball and flip into it. That's one way to do the middle one. The middle one's kind of the easier one. This corner one, okay, this is kind of where people get cut off, or not cut off, tripped up a little bit. So like the center kickoff, or how I do the center kickoff, you want to flip before this boost pad in front of you. And you want to flip into it, so like that. So notice how I was flipping before the boost pad? What that does is it prepares my car to land sooner, so that I can jump up and hit the center of the ball. So I'm still getting that speed boost, and then I can hit the center of the ball, since I'm giving myself space away from the ball. Because when you hit this ball in its direct center, that's where you're going to get like the best 50. So if you're going at the ball, if you hit in the direct center, think about wherever your opponent hits it. As long as it's not in the direct center, then more than likely you're going to win, unless they can't push through it. And even then, if you do it right, you kind of have to play around with it a little bit. You'll win a lot of them. Of course, you can mix in a ones kickoff in here, just single jump into it and wave dash if you want. But that's a little bit more complicated, and you don't really need to know that. Just a simple speed flip into the ball, you're going to beat most of your opponents, and you're going to dunk them, more than likely, if you hit it in the center, because that's a big thing. If you hit it in the center, you're going to dunk them, you're going to push the ball forward more often than not. That's if they don't know the speed flip. If they do, then it's a normal kickoff, and I mean, you're just putting yourself up to par, you're not really giving yourself any advantage. But it will help you go through lower ranks if you can manage to learn it correctly. Note that this is not a speed flip. Right? Excuse me. How do I even do this? I've seen people do this. No, that is a speed flip. No, I keep canceling. I have muscle memory. I can't do it incorrectly, but just like a diagonal flip, you're not speed flipping. If I go like this, that's not a speed flip. That's not a speed flip. If you're doing that and you're telling your friends that's a speed flip, no, you're doing it wrong. You're just flipping really weirdly. I'm canceling it. That's not a speed flip. Okay. Yeah. No. Because apparently some people do that. So that's how you speed flip. It's something you kind of have to put some time into. Not really to learn, but to perfect, to get more consistent at it. But yeah. So half flip, speed flip, and what was my final one? Oh yeah, booming the ball. People in GC sometimes don't even do this, and it annoys me. So when booming the ball, and you're going to want to boom the ball a decent amount in lower ranks, especially if you're like in plat or gold. If you can learn how to boom the ball, like just on net, on command, even like that, that's not even a boom, but it's like, it's got some decent amount of power, you'll be able to get pretty far. Because you're always going to be putting your opponents on offense. And they're not going to be able to handle the ball. Now, if you're doing that and you're higher ranked, you know better. Don't crucify me about this. You know that if you boom the ball like really far and you just give away possession, it's not going to end well for you. But if you're lower ranks, they can't actually do that much stuff with the ball. If you're booming the ball out, as long as it's kind of on net, even if it's just around the edges, it sets up your team for a good play if they follow up and ball chase like lower ranks normally do. But here's how you boom the ball. It kind of got away from me. Generally speaking, you wait until it bounces and you flip into it. That's really it. You're going to launch it higher, because what you're doing is you're using the momentum of the ball that's being generated up. See, when it bounces, it's bouncing up. The higher it's bouncing up from, the bigger the boom is going to be. See? So if I'm just miniature, it's going to be a little bit lower if you want more power, and it's going to be a little bit less far if you want it to be higher. So So if you have one of those button presses I did on my D-pad, I can kind of generate a decent amount of power, and that's going to go that far. Now if I have, say, 2 of those, if I pop it up even 2 times, hit it as it's going up, I'm generating that much more power just off of that. It's really all about timing. You have to time it right. Right there. Something that you could do to kind of get the timing right is really just practicing bounce dribble. This is really, like, it helps you get that timing down so easy, because you're chipping the ball, you're hitting it after it bounces up. I'm not that good at bounce dribbling, but I can kind of do it. If you want to practice just the timing of the ball, because you don't even really need to like jump and flip into it like I did. Let's put it down here. If you can time it right, I'm gonna cut to when I time it right. It's harder, but it's definitely possible. Yeah, you'll chip it up. Do that higher. Let me see. Yeah, you're gonna chip it up super high. But yeah, that's really all you need to know. Of course, you have to mix in some game sense, but mechanically speaking, that's really all you need to know. Now, would you benefit if you knew how to control the ball perfectly, go into an air dribble, just air dribble it across the net on command? Yeah, you're gonna benefit from that, no kidding. But if you're in diamond or plat or gold, you probably don't know how to do that. And if you're lower than that, then you just need to play the game more. Control over the ball is nice, but it's not, you don't need it. You need to be able to score, and then you need to be able to recover from your mistakes if you make any, and get to the ball as quick as possible. That's how you're going to rank up. That's really it. And something I'd imagine some of you might have thought of before the end of this video. If you speed flip into the ball, you're going to get more power. That's not really that much of a speed flip, but I still am diagonal flip canceling, kind of. Yeah, you're going to still generate that power. So you can use this principle of a speed flip to get more power as well. And just get some control once you learn how to go up in the air better. Yeah, that's really about it. I'm not going to go through like how to get out of lower ranks, because you do need some game sense. You can't just be flying at the ball all the time. And, well, of course, it's going to help. But those mechanics, coupled with knowledge and game sense, that's what's going to take you out. And, yeah, I guess it's easier to teach mechanics than it is game sense in a 15-minute video. That's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Or however long this gets after I edit it. But yeah. If you made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll try and get a 2v2 video out as soon as I can. It's just this week's been a little bit hectic with some stuff going on. But yeah, catch you later. No, I'm not ending. No, I am ending. I suck. I need to practice flip resets. Give me a break. Bye.